Am I in focus? I don't think so.
And it goes a little something like.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Robin. Thank you for clicking on this video, and this is my tattoo tour. What I'm going to do is just simply talk you through all my tattoos. I tried to jot down like the order in which I got them on my iPhone, and also yesterday I had you guys ask me some questions about anything you want to know about my tattoos. So most of you guys just said you want to know the meaning, the pain scale, who are the tattooers, when I got them, and how I chose designs. Now that I've changed into something where you can see most of my tattoos, I'll start with my list, which is on my phone, so if you see me looking down, just bear with me. I tried filming this, I don't know how many times, that I keep forgetting like 3 or 4 tattoos. So yeah, let's get started. The first tattoos I got when I was 17, and I got 2 in one session, which is my rose and the robin on my wrist. They are both done by my friend Vladimir. I'll put his Instagram somewhere up on the screen, and I'll also put some close-ups of my tattoos. Starting with the rose, as pain level, I definitely give that an 8 out of 10, as it's mostly on the inside of my arm and that area is really sensible. As in meaning, this tattoo definitely represents my grandma and my grandpa on my mother's side of the family. The rose is my grandma's favourite flowers. She grows so many in her garden, and my grandma is one of my favourite people on this earth. So I know it will always remind me of her when I see this. And the stem of the rose basically just represents my grandpa, because the stem of the rose is supposed to support and protect with the spines the flower, and that is what my grandpa does with my grandma. Moving on to the robin that I have on my wrist. For pain, I'd say this was basically nothing, a 1 or 2 out of 10. Didn't really hurt, took about 15 minutes to finish off. And there's not really, I don't think I really need to explain this. It's a robin. My name is Robin. Continuing with the timeline, I got my next 4 tattoos from the same person and in the same session as well, because I never learn. I got these done from my friend Bogdan. I'll also put his Instagram up somewhere on the screen. Basically, I just got my 2 small tattoos on my fingers, my tattoo on my wrist, and my first ankle tattoo from him in this same session. Starting from my finger tattoos, I got these on the inside of my fingers. As a pain rating, I give these about a 5 to 7 out of 10, depending on whether if I was concentrating on him actually tattooing my fingers or not. As for meaning, there's not really any meaning to them. The tattoo I got in that session are my flames around my right ankle. I give those a pain rating of about 2 out of 10. It barely hurt. There is no specific meaning to this tattoo either. In my third tattoo session with another one of my friends, Michele, I'll put his Instagram up somewhere on the screen as well. I got another 2 tattoos. Basically, this wasn't planned. I mean, I didn't plan on getting anything specific. I was just accompanying my friend to get a tattoo from him. I looked through his book of what designs he had, and I decided to get 2 tattoos that day. So the first one I got is a dagger on the inside of my left ankle. I'd give that a pain rating of, again, like a 2 out of 10. I basically felt no pain at all, and I decided to do it just because I really love his designs. If you check out his Instagram, he also paints, and I think his drawings are just absolutely everything. The second tattoo I got from him was this one on my forearm, and it's like a design of I guess a hand reaching to wipe away a tear from this eye that is crying. So I don't know if you guys would count this as 3 tattoos. I kind of count it as a whole tattoo in itself. And yeah, I'd also give this a pain rating of about 2 out of 10. Felt barely no pain. It basically just has the general meaning that someone will always be there to catch your tear and wipe your tears away. Your family will always be there for you, and someone will always be there to wipe away your tears. So we're up to my 9th tattoo done in my 4th session. Okay, I've got this sunflower down in the convention, and it's kind of, I don't know if you can see, I guess I can try and put it up on the screen as a close-up. It's mirrored to my first tattoo, which is the rose, because this represents my grandma on my father's side of the family. I give this as pain the same rating as I gave the rose, so an 8 out of 10. So the meaning of this is obviously my grandma on my father's side of the family, and it's simply because I have one picture of her where she looks extremely happy in a field of sunflowers, and I've always, like, the sunflower is one of my favourite flowers. That same day, I got my first knee tattoo. That was bloody painful. I definitely give that a 9 out of 10. I think at one point I had my hand in my mouth and I was biting my hand because we were in a convention and I couldn't say anything and I couldn't yell, and so I was just biting my hand off. I kind of decided on the design of this tattoo randomly. I was in a park where I used to go with my family when I was a kid, and I picked up this branch with these beautiful leaves. Tattoo number 12 I kind of got randomly. I was with my friend Michele and he was tattooing my mum's wrist. He did these beautiful branches that kind of match mine on my knee, and I saw this tattoo he had of a firefly or a fly, I can't really remember, on his thigh, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I just asked him to kind of draw up a small fly for me, and he did. This is kind of the only colour tattoo I have. I don't know why I decided to do a red line. I truly don't remember, I just thought it was kind of cool. The meaning to this tattoo actually came to me after I got it done, but it's basically just not to judge people by their appearance, or not to judge anyone or anything or any animal by its appearance, because the fly is always considered like this disgusting, dirty thing. I remember taking a picture of a fly and looking at it close up. It had these really cool iridescent eyes, and I found it actually pretty beautiful. So yeah, that's the meaning of that one. Don't judge people by their appearance. The 13th tattoo I got from my friend Jomo. It's a scorpion on my upper left thigh. I give this a pain rating of, honestly, I think a 0 or a 1 out of 10. I remember nearly falling asleep during the session. There is no specific meaning to this. I just liked the design he came up with, and I decided to get it as a tattoo on my thigh. The 14th tattoo I got was also done by my friend Jomo. It is a peony with ornamental around it. It's basically placed on the front of my ankle going down on my foot. This tattoo was, I think, the most painful tattoo I ever got. I'd rate this definitely like a 10 out of 10. Maybe in some areas an 8 or a 9, but on the foot, on the front of my foot, definitely a 10 out of 10. There is no specific reason to this. I've always wanted a peony tattooed on me with some ornamental on it, and the design he came up with I loved, and we got that tattoo done. Tattoos number 15 and 16 were also done kind of spur of the moment. I was in a tattoo convention with my tattooer friend Jomo, and I just came by this stand and I saw these designs from this tattooer called Mike. His full name is Mike Agostinetto. I'll put his Instagram up on the screen somewhere as well. And I got his number and texted him the evening saying, look, I really want these, one second, I have problems pronouncing this, chrysanthemums? Okay. So I just wanted these flowers on my knee for a very long time. He had a lot of these in his designs, so he basically just came up with the flower design there and then, and the day after I drove over to the tattoo convention and got the first flower done. We were planning on doing 2 flowers But unfortunately, he did not finish in time, so we only did one flower, and then I guess 2 weeks later I went back to his studio and got the second flower done. I'd give these a rating of about 7 to 8 out of 10 because after getting that foot tattoo done, my pain resistance level, or whatever you call it, just went up a notch because the foot tattoo was so painful that the knee compared to it is just nothing. As in meaning, these two flowers have a very personal meaning to me. They are the flowers of death, so they kind of represent people that I love who are not with me anymore today. My 17th tattoo is my biggest and the only tattoo I got done in the studio. It is my dragon, which goes all the way down to here. I'll try and put a video of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it also goes around the back of my shoulder, but I'll try. So as a pain level, I give this a 7 to a 9 out of 10 because it is so big that it kind of covers a lot of different areas of my arm, so I can't really give it one number, you know. I got this done by Alessandra Romeo. I'll put her Instagram up below. She's also the owner of the studio I went in. The dragon doesn't really have any specific meaning. I remember that when I was a kid, I used to like collect dragon statues and I was really into that mythical dragon stuff. I remember when I was a kid, I asked my parents for Christmas to give me a dragon as a present. So yeah, I just kind of got it as a memory. When I saw Alessandra's design, I just completely fell in love with it. And she actually, on the day, she had to modify it quite a lot to manage to get it around my rose and around the fly that I already had. She was just amazing, and I did this in one whole session. Moving on to my two most recent tattoos. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Grim Reaper that I have on my shin that comes out of the flames. I got this done by my friend Jomo again. I'd give this a pain rating of about 9 out of 10. There's basically no fat on your shin, so it's just hitting on bone and it's really, really painful. There's no real meaning to this tattoo. I just fancied having a Grim Reaper on my shin coming out of the flames. That's all. My last tattoo I got is a word on my stomach. I'll put a close-up on the screen somewhere. I got this done by a friend of a friend whose name is Andrea. I'll also put his Instagram up somewhere on the screen. This was pretty painful, but I'd give it a 7 out of a 10. Basically just because it's the same thing as a rib tattoo, because I didn't know when to breathe. I didn't know when I could breathe. This word is Venus, and I basically just got that because Venus is the goddess of beauty, and I think that every woman should feel like she's Venus. You know, every woman is beautiful in her own way, and everyone should feel extremely beautiful every day. So to finish this video off, I'm just going to answer the couple of questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. So someone asked, why don't I have any coloured tattoos? The style of tattoo I prefer is either dot work or line work. I don't really like the look of coloured tattoos. I just don't think it really suits me. The next question was, what are my parents' reactions when I get tattoos? My parents are really fine with me getting tattoos. My mum is tattooed as well. The first tattoo I got when I was 17, so obviously she accompanied me, she signed a form and everything. But after I turned 18, I just basically simply approached them with the appointment already made, the design already decided, and kind of asked them what they thought about it, etc. And they never really objected to any of it, so I guess they're fine with it. Okay, so I'm finished talking about my tattoos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe down below if you did like it and want to see more of me. If you have any video requests, please comment down below. Thank you again so much for watching. Bye!